Solana price right now is breaking out beyond a zone, and this could be massive for Solana. As well as that, I've got another coin that is lining up to do something absolutely massive. So make sure you stick around to find out that hot tip for today. So guys, jumping into Solana. Now, obviously, crypto in general has been following Bitcoin right now. But what we got with Solana is actually very, very interesting indeed, right? And this happens a lot in crypto. Especially in the bull markets. Now, there's a difference between crypto and Forex, in that Forex or foreign exchange is basically dominated by the banks, basically dominated by smart money. There are retail investors in there, but they don't really make up such a large portion of the market, whereas in crypto it's slightly different. So what we tend to see is very often a pattern like this, where we have an area like this, where we've got kind of highs and lows, and then we will see a breakdown below it, and then it will push back through. This almost always plays out. So you can see Solana does this, and then suddenly it pushes beyond, and then rips back down. So everyone thinks here that we're going to get a breakout, and then lo and behold, we get that. That's something to be very cautious of in a zone like this, but it does look to me, because of this, that we are likely to be pushing higher. Now, before we look at the Solana price prediction for today, we do see something happening on Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin pushing into this 25k zone and is definitely finding some solid resistance. Now everyone's telling you right now that Bitcoin is definitely going to rally higher. It's going to go to like 30k. Last time we were in this zone, you can see these are daily charts, right? So these wicks come in here multiple times. Don't think just because it's been in there a few more times that it's more likely to go through. It is probably more likely to go through if it's been there a few times, but it's no guarantee. What we're waiting for is a push, a pullback, and then a push out. Otherwise, we could just, well, get in here and then end up with something like this happening. I don't think necessarily it's going to happen like that, but we need to be very cautious. Bitcoin still, as we can see, flirting with 25k. In the last 20 minutes or so, I've watched it bouncing between 25k, down to 24,900, and up and down again. That does kind of tell me that maybe we're going to get a breakout. But until I'm seeing a push beyond this zone and a pullback and a push, I'm not really sure, guys. We could well see continuation, but also we are kind of in this upward trend like this. So I do think we're going to have to break beyond around 25k, 25.2k in order to be able to confirm this as a break towards the upside. And if you want to be kept up to date with when that Bitcoin price booms towards the upside, well guys, make sure you get into my Telegram group, link down below. There's a free group. We also have just introduced a Inner Circle premium group which has a 5-day free trial, as well as that BitGet will sponsor you to be in that premium group, absolutely free. For 1 month. So if that's interesting for you guys and you want to get crypto signals as they happen, then make sure you get into those links down below in the description. So you're probably wondering if Solana is able to break beyond here, but where are we really looking to go? So Solana, before the FTX drama, did paint a fairly clear picture of what was going on in the charts. And actually what we're seeing right this second is very, very interesting indeed for Solana. Because what we have seen is basically this sort of downtrend, and then we had the FTX thing happen. Now this is classic, right? Because we would have thought, and many people would have been watching this and saw this as a breakout, and I'm sure that some people probably went long on Solana here, and then got ripped towards the downside. Now again, as I've told you, these markets, like for example where you got this and the pullback come against it like this, is basically to freak out people in crypto. A lot of people who invest in crypto in these sort of stages where you get all these big aggressive pumps don't really know what they're doing. They're basically just chucking money at something and hoping that it's going to boom, and then suddenly when they wake up one day and it's down 20%, they panic and they sell it all, and then they're done with crypto, right? So what we actually have often is just really obvious tricks in the market, and if you understand where these tricks come from, then you can start to understand and start thinking like the bigger money who are really playing the games. Whether you like it or not, they're going to carry on playing those games, so you might as well be on the right side of things. So when we've got a downtrend, and we can confirm this because we've had 1, 2, 3 touches, we come in for another one here, and then we actually break through. When we actually break away from it, come back into it, and then break even harder away, you can pretty much guarantee that this is going to break at some point. Now you can see that it did get a little bit rejected, and has given us, again, another telltale sign that it's going to come back the other way. It's basically throwing the dummy one way and going the other. This happens so many times over and over again on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, Solana, and it's so obvious. And this may be, in this area here for Bitcoin, is maybe making me think that this is going to send us higher. Typically, if we'd just been crawling along like this and this had never happened, then I would be anticipating at some point that we would fall out the bottom of here. But this, to me, is just a liquidity grab where the buyers are looking to get in at a lower price down here. You can see that last time we were in the zone, we had a rapid push out. We then fell into this zone again. We often tend to visit areas again, so if we do take a fall, then look for the next area down. So what you probably come here to work out is whether or not Solana's got some decent upside potential. Well, guys, as you know, I talked about Solana when we were down here, literally the end of December last year. Literally, it was about $8, and currently we're sitting at 26. So that's like a 3x from there, but we've still got a long way to go, okay? Solana was once a $262 coin, and it will happen again at some point, but in the shorter term, I think that if we're able to break beyond these levels, then we're going to see a push into the next zone of resistance. It's very straightforward, guys, okay? We're basically bouncing between zones. We'll get to the next zone and something will happen. Now, from here to that next zone, you can see would be about a 45% push. Now, that's quite a significant push, and it will require Bitcoin and everything to have a little bit of a push as well. But we could see something like this play out, and then a continuation. And then every time we're legging up, look for the next areas. You don't want to be buying in between the areas because you're not really sure whether it's going to burst all the way through or whether it's going to come back down. You are basically looking for it to kind of play around in an area for a bit like this, and then appear to be popping out of it, okay? So I think in the shorter spaces of time, we could be looking in towards these three areas. Very, very straightforward to see because you can see each time we had a little bit of resistance here. These will become resistance again. So don't be surprised if around $37, around $47, and around $57, Solana just gets a bit stuck. Very easy to see, guys. If we are pushing all the way here, then at some point we could see a more aggressive sell-off. You never really know. We just need to pay attention to what's happening. But what we're looking for is a push beyond, back into a zone, and then we have good buying opportunities. And that goes for pretty much every cryptocurrency. So in the shorter term, I'm expecting a $57 Solana in potentially the next few weeks. If Bitcoin plays ball and pushes towards 30K, then I think Solana will have a very aggressive push. Now, I just want to show you this. So Filecoin recently has just had a 60% push from this zone. So it's basically in a falling wedge, very similar to the one that Solana's been in. You can see, again, pushes away, comes back in, and then starts to create this kind of broadening wedge. Then it breaks, and it does 60% from the top of the broadening wedge to where it is now about 60%. This is hot token or HOLO, which you can see down below, guys. Almost identical. Had a nice plunge towards the downside, pulled away, ripped back in, made ourselves a broadening wedge, has just started to break through it. And actually, we've had a few 4-hour closes above this line. So I'm anticipating HOLO seeing like a 40-50% push in a very short space of time, potentially in the next week or so. Obviously, that's not financial advice. Go away and do your own research. But if you want daily tips like this, guys, get into that Telegram link down below. Absolute no-brainer. And get into that premium group as well for free and trial it out. Now, something else, I've talked about trading, and if you want to get into trading, then obviously you need to come. And if you want to get into trading, then you do need to obviously spend some time learning it. It can be a bit complicated. But if you go across to Fairdesk, guys, which is linked down below in the description, then you can make the most of these moves that are happening every day with experienced traders who will trade on your behalf. Here you can see this guy in the last 7 days has made $730,000. And his followers have made a total of 461,000. Some of these individuals, guys, these followers here, this one's been following for 10 days. It's made $149,000. This one for 31 days, but $111,000. And then some of the other ones not quite so big, but this one's 7 days, $149,000. It's absolutely insane, guys. You can come over and you can follow me. You can see I've done $7,800 in just the last week, with my followers doing just under $2,000. And there's also other guys in here who've also got amazing results as well. So guys, if you want to come over to Fairdesk, then make sure you head through that link down below in the description. You'll also get a bonus for signing up where you can come and use it for copy trading. Obviously not without risk, so don't use any money that you can't afford to lose. Guys, if you enjoyed today's video, then hit the thumbs up button for me. Let me know down below what you think the likely price of Solana is going to be in the future. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, get in that Telegram, and I'll see you with